Well, hello everybody. This is Larry Kirchner again, and I am here at the Darkness Haunted House, and we have officially, let me say that again, we have officially finished 100% of the construction of the all-new Darkness Haunted House. 100%. What's left is to wire up some animations, do some more moss work. We have all these vines that we've made over here, and we have to get all the props that we bought from different vendors, and then we got to get all that in, and we have to do the sound and the lighting. And in this video, because I'm gonna do multiple vlogs right here for the Hauntworld YouTube channel, and I want to remind everybody that I've been traveling around the country visiting haunted houses, and I'm trying to take you into these attractions. Now, a lot of people can do this, and a lot of people do it really good. I do it different because I own a haunt. I've been in this business for almost 40 years. I know that's sounding old, and I wish I wasn't that old, but I've been doing this for about 40 years. And so I have a different perspective. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, because there's some really great videos if you want to be in the haunted house industry that are on the Hauntworld channel. And one that never really took off was a haunt that we did behind the scenes video in Arkansas. You got to watch that one because that one's fantastic. Those guys had so many great ideas. You got to go find that one on the YouTube channel. We just recently uploaded the behind the scenes for 13th Gate, Field of Screams, and we're going to visit more haunts. And if you want us to visit your haunt, let us know. Send us an email, and maybe we'll stop by and we'll do a video with you. So we have always tried to help the haunted house industry. We've tried to teach what we've learned, what we know. We've made tons of how-to videos, and we've been doing haunt tours off and on for 15 years. And so this year, 2024, Transworld's gonna be right here in St. Louis on March the 7th. That's the first day. And we will have the Darkness open for a behind-the-scenes tour. That'll be on March the 7th, right here in St. Louis. And here comes Adam. Hi, Adam. He doesn't have a lot to say. So he will be here March the 7th, and the Darkness will have new scenes, multiple new scenes. Now, I'm gonna take you in and show you all the new scenes, the construction part. And mind you, there's other sections we're gonna be working on, but it's gonna be more about props, new animations. This section was all about tearing it down to the concrete and then building it back. And so a couple things that I want to talk about is, number one, let's get it out of the way. Go to darkness.fearticket.com and you can get your ticket for the Darkness and the Limp Brewery Haunted House Tour. Look at all them masks back there. Who has a mask collection that big? I don't know. Probably nobody. See all them? It's freaking insane. With more on the way. It's just like an addiction, is what it is. So anyway, what I wanted to talk about in this video is, and we're gonna do vlogs right here on the Hauntworld channel to kind of explain the things that we do, so that when you come and you buy a ticket and you come and tour our haunted houses, you have a much better understanding of how things were done. And so we're gonna take this opportunity between now and Transworld, and we're gonna try to help you out and see if we can inspire you or give you some tips on bringing your haunted house to the next level. And once again, you get your tickets at darkness.fearticket.com. Thursday night is going to be behind the scenes tour. That's the one I suggest you do. And as of this day, the last day of January, which is actually technically now the first day of February, the behind the scenes tour is 50% sold out. On Friday, we're gonna open the LEM for the first time since 2019. That is a little over 50% sold out. And on Saturday, the Darkness is gonna open with real actors, with actors out front. And we wanna send a message out to anybody who's a icon actor. If you're interested in working the Darkness, let us know, especially sliders. We'd love to have you. Just let us know. So with that being said, we have renovated the Darkness now over the last 15 years for Transworld. There's a couple years we didn't open and a couple years that we just did behind the scenes tour and nothing else. So this is a big tour and we're hoping everybody comes out. The behind the scenes tour is the most important one because if you're a haunt owner, this is where you can come through, there's no fog, you can walk through at your own pace and you can see everything and you can touch everything. And you have to understand, if you've never been to the Darkness, this is not like any other haunt you've probably seen before. It really is insane. A couple years ago, it was a few years ago, I had a guy from the haunt tour ask me, he didn't know me, and he asked if the owner was filthy rich and just doing this for fun, or a drug dealer, he said, or a money launderer, because he said there's no way this haunted house can make money because more money is spent on the haunt than you could potentially make. And I said, no, well, you know, we've been renovating this every year. And yes, it is a lot of money has gone into the haunted house, but you don't have to spend a lot of money to renovate your haunted house. But I just want to walk through a few steps that we take to renovate our haunted houses. So when it comes to the Darkness, we try to figure out literally right after it opens is when we start to think about it. So when you walk through it many times trying to get it ready to open, you start to like see things that other people don't see, like, wow, this area is not that great, or this isn't very impressive, or whatever. And so then you want to like think about then, like maybe early September, and you want to start thinking about maybe late September, early October. You want to think about, what am I going to do next year? Because it actually benefits you a great deal to start thinking about it and planning it out when it's really fresh in your mind. Like you're in the haunt a lot. You're in the haunt a lot. And you're really thinking about it, and it's really strong in your mind. Like, wow, we really need to get rid of this, and maybe we should add that. It's not a bad idea to go see other haunts, any haunts you can see. Like Transworld has Legendary Haunt Tour. Not very many people go to it, but you should go to it. You know, when you go to these smaller shows and they have haunt tours, you know, take every opportunity you can. And when you come to Transworld, come see the Darkness. The Darkness is renovated on a level that no one else does because we have the haunt industry, you know, offsetting some of those costs, not paying anywhere close to what it actually costs, but offsetting it. But we're pushed by the idea that haunt owners are going to come through our haunt. It motivates us to think outside the box. It motivates us to try to think of like, we got to do something big, something like no one's ever seen before. And so you kind of get a concept in your brain. Wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And then you start to think about it like all the time. And you start to get excited while you're running your haunt of what you could do the following year. So that's really a good time to start contacting vendors and asking, hey, could you make this for me? Could you make that for me? Could we buy this? Could we buy that? It's actually the best time to place orders is in October. So you got that stuff coming. So when you start your renovation, that stuff is on its way, because you don't want to get your animations or props way after the fact that you built it and you can't get the props in, or now they don't actually fit because you started to change or alter the concept quite a bit. So you'd really like to get those props in as kind of in the middle towards the end of when you're doing it. If you're buying big monsters, you'd like to get those in place before you actually start any construction. So when we renovate the darkness, the very first thing we do is, this is what we do. We come up with this concept of what we would like to do. So for the darkness 2024, I was walking through it and I was like, you know, we added this black section because it's the darkness, and shouldn't it be? And people would always say to me, like, there's nothing dark about it. You know, you got all these like highlighted scenes and whatnot. And so the idea was to put in something black and dark because it's scary, it works. But you know, after having a lot of YouTubers come through the darkness, and I started noticing that the views of our videos get way more than any other haunt that they tour. And I put two and two together, and it's merely because of all the big animations, the animatronics, because that's what the enthusiasts want to see. They want to see animatronics, they want to see props. This is what they want to see. So, and I just said, hell with it. I don't care about a dark black maze, because anybody can do that. Yes, it's scary, yes, yes. But the year before, we took out a section and we added a laser swamp, which is like a glorified black maze. So since we had that, I was like, well, let's get rid of the black maze. And I started looking at it from a bird's eye view, getting up on a ladder, looking down, how much space do we have? You jot down a little, you know, on graph paper, you might plot something out, you might try to think it through, you might go to the internet and look around for some ideas, some pictures, and you just kind of sort of start to get the picture in your mind of what could be done. And then the next step, I believe, is to start ordering props and materials for it and be ready to go the minute you close. I know a lot of people wait until after Transworld to do these things, but actually if you're trying to go to the next level, the best time to do it is right when you close, because you have all these actors that you could hire temporary to help you clean out the space, get the space ready, and speed up the process. So that's what we did. We had a bunch of guys hang over the Halloween season, and we took everything down. We cleared it out and made it an empty space. And yes, we opened for Krampus. We hadn't built it yet. We bypassed it. We figured out a way for them to not see the big empty space. And that's how we did it. And then after Krampus is when we went hog wild trying to build it, and we're trying to build it in between Krampus and the Valentine. So let me give you another tip. Don't like, oh, we're gonna change this scene over here and that scene over there and this scene over there. No, isolate your renovation to one area, okay? Tear that area up and start rebuilding it. And I really believe that creating the ultimate haunted house is about connecting dots, okay? So, hey, this is gonna lead to this, to this, to this. And let me give you a perfect example. Marvel did a shared universe where they started making all these individual movies, but then they all connected with the Avengers, the culmination where they're all in the movies, and everybody like loved the Avenger movies, and they made a ton of money. And you can do the same thing with your haunted house. You just got to plan it out in advance. Like this section first, and then what's going to come after that is the next year is going to be this section or this section. But do one thing at a time so that you're not getting too far ahead of your skis, okay? So that allows you to get your haunted house back up and running quickly. For example, from Krampus to Valentine's. From Krampus to Valentine's. So that's what allowed us to be able to get this done. The next step is, obviously building it. And so our renovation this year just started literally with building a church. Because we knew it was going to have a church, and we figured there was only one place it could go, and it was going to be right here. So building the church, now what's going to be in front of it, what's going to be after it, not sure. But we know there's going to be a lot of coffins. So we went ahead and built 40 coffins. But it really started with the church. And in this process, I had no idea what the coffin section was going to be like until the church was done. And when the church was done, we're like, okay, here's the exit of the church. So what should we do next? Should we do this? Should we go this direction, that direction? Are you ready? Yeah. All right, I'll be right there.
They're all hooked up. Everything will go off. There are little sensors.
Nick's hooking up animations. Yep. I'll be right there. Give me 1 minute. So then the next step, once we built the church, was how do you get out of the church? Well, obviously, that's when it started coming together for me. I started thinking, wait a minute. We have this kind of like this, we changed the direction of how to get in it. We built like this rock boulder wall that you go through to get into the church. And I just started thinking, you know what, we're like in hell. And all the rock systems and everything are surrounding the church. This is like Satan's church in hell. So wouldn't it be cool if in the corner we had rocks pushing through the corner and busting out the boards? Okay, so then why can't we do boulders for the door jamb to get out? Oh, okay. And so then we had all these coffins, and there's a show that I really like, and I used to like, it was called American Chopper. And American Chopper, and this is how I renovate or do anything. In the movie, or in the TV show, they say what kind of frame they're gonna use, and then they have a dummy handlebars, dummy fender, dummy motor, dummy wheels, and they put all that on just so they can build the fenders and customize all the parts and know that it's gonna fit. And so we did the same thing here. We built the church, and then when we came out of it, we cleaned up the space, and it's very important to move everything out, okay? And then we brought in the coffins, and we started moving them around and just trying to figure it out. And we're like, oh, okay, wait a minute, what if we went like this and we built the walls? No, let's not build walls, let's make the walls the coffins. Okay, and then wait a minute, what if we made the ceiling coffins? Oh, wait a minute, we got this far, so wait a minute, why don't we make a coffin you walk through? Oh, okay. And then when we turn the corner, let's have a coffin going from a wall to another coffin, and so you walk under it like an archway. And then let's do that twice. Okay, it just all came together as we were doing it. So that's my tip for you today. And I really believe that props make the whole thing come together, and it really helps the actors when you have a lot of these figures, like in the actual attraction, figures that are all over the place. People are really confused as to what is an actor. I also believe that it makes the attraction look like it has way more actors than it does. Because you have to remember, the customers walk through these things very fast. So they see these standing figures, they really think they're people. And it really does help, in my opinion. So, after we built the coffins and we built our rock walls, it really just came together, and the very next step was to clean the space. Then after we got the space cleaned, now it's, hey, let's get the lighting in, let's get the sound in, and let's start moving in some props. So that's where we're at today. We've got the whole place cleaned. We're starting to wire up some of the animations. We don't have them all yet. We're waiting for some from Unit 70. We're waiting for some really important props from Ghost Ride, and I'm hearing that they're gonna be here tomorrow or the next day, and we're really excited about that. And then we'll make another vlog, what we do with these props from Unit 70, from Ghost Ride. Because instead of making walls or barriers, we're gonna make barriers out of bodies. And so that'll keep you going in the right direction, and we'll do another vlog. But right now, we've cleaned the space, and we are going to start wiring up the animations. And here's another tip for you. Don't secure any of the animations down, because you might change your mind where you want to put a prop. You might want to change your mind where you want to put something, or you might have to get something in big that you can't get in without undoing everything. So none of our stuff is secure. It's just kind of there until we've finalized everything. Remember what I said about the American Chopper, of mocking up a chopper to make sure everything's gonna fit and work. That's why you don't screw anything down until the end, when you know you're happy with it. So, our next steps are to get the space completely clean. We're gonna start doing the lighting. We're gonna get sound in it. We're gonna make sure all the animations we do have are hooked up. All of the camo net, we're gonna put some more bodies in coffins, put more moss in, and stuff like that. And then we're gonna wait to get our props. So there's gonna be several steps to this process. And we're also trying to get all of our CGI up and running as well. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk in the haunt, and we're gonna check it out and think about all the stuff that I've said. And don't forget, you cannot experience this from a video. It's so claustrophobic, you can't even understand how cool it is unless you physically come here. So get your tickets now because it will sell out. Go to darkness.fearticket.com and let's walk around and let's see what we see here. What a difference a day makes. That's an old saying. So let's go to the beginning. Oh, here we go. Now, another thing that I would say to you is don't be afraid to reprogram animations that you buy to fit the scene that you build, because that's what we've done here with this animation here. Now I've got a flashlight so you can see. Now, but check this out. This coffin is the barrier between you and that animation. And you know what this needs? It needs a nice little crate built right there to make it seem like it belongs there. And let me show you an example of that. I'm going to show you an example of that right here. So you see this animation here? We put two coffins underneath it, so it looks like it's propped up by crates. Look over here. Same thing. If we would have left that coffin just kind of sitting over there, it doesn't look as good as if it looks like those crates are holding it up. Now let's walk over here. We got Nick here.
Prop master?
Yeah. Now, if you look at this coffin, we had it sitting here yesterday, and we made this crate for it. Okay? Let's kick that underneath there, so it looks like it's kind of sitting on it. Now, you're gonna walk in here. We gotta put lights in here. But look how much detail work was put into a space that you're only in for a brief second. And then you come out, and why is this coffin here? So I'm gonna explain why this coffin is here. Because that's like a foam rock wall that really needs a lot of work, and it was never intended for anybody to walk up against it. I thought if people were walking up against it, they would destroy it. So it's protected by the coffin. Natural obstacles. And by the way, hey, I want you to put an air cannon in the ceiling shooting down at them. Can you put one in there? All right. So we're gonna have to build crates or put dead bodies right here to block this. But now this big animation is up here, and there he goes. Now, we got to put something there, and that looks ridiculous. So I think we're going to pile dead bodies between here and here, and you're going to see that in the next vlog. And then look at this. And by the way, I'm using a flashlight so you can see better. And then look at this. That CGI is turned off. There's gonna be a CGI up there. Now, since the last vlog, we put all this black goo all over that hole, and you can see it better here, where you put the black goo all over the holes. And then we've taken some shellac and run it off this goat head. Now, here is something that I was trying to explain. And look at that, all that detail work. But do you see these beautiful, kind of like devilish characters here and here? So that's an animated tree, an animated coffin. Your focus is gonna be on these characters right here. And we'll put spotlights on them and you're gonna see them. Now, I have to complain about something. I think I got this from Poison Props. And if you look down here, This coffin was put together with a nail gun. It's never gonna last. It's never gonna last. It'll shake itself apart. Whoever builds animations, you gotta screw these together because this thing's only gone off a handful of times, and you can see it's already coming apart. That's not how you do it. It's not how you do it. That's got to be improved in the future. But look at all this detail work, and then you just add these like cool little props, and you see them. And then over here, once again, you see the black put all around the hole. Now we're going to put red lights, and then the red lights will be in here. Look how disgusting that is. And then you kind of go through here. Now, there's going to be some really cool props that go in here. But look at this. And look over here. Hey, can somebody turn on the double head guy? The dragon? Oh, he's getting wired up. But see, we did this since yesterday. You are in hell, and these are like lava rocks. Now, let me give you another. Hey, Adam. Hey, can you turn on this? Okay. Now, let me give you another detail tip. I just had that. I didn't know what to do with it. I just bought it. But doesn't he look cool praying over this dead body? Now, why is this coffin here? Well, it's because we don't want you running into that thing. So we put it just close enough that you will not be able to run into it, okay? And it's not secured, and I'm giving you another tip. Don't secure nothing, not until you're done, till you're 100% finished. And then we'll move it a little here, a little there, make sure you can't, make sure you can still get through there. Maybe you should have come over here just a little bit. It's just in the general area of where it's gonna end up. Now you can see that we did the whole ceiling, and we've got these lava vacuum form panels up there. We're gonna get lights in there. And then check out the CGI effects here. You got this witch burning at the stake. And look at how the the pentagram is lit up by the televisions. Now, over here, you'll notice that this just is not turned on. But what I really like is how these boards were put into these, if you can see that, how the boards were put into these rocks and how disgusting they are. And these are gonna light up. We just don't have them turned on at the moment. And look at the priest. He's freaking radical. Now, of course you gotta have actors. So one of the things we've done here is we've doubled up the burlap, and so you're kind of stuck in this little hallway, and the actor can just pop over there. And then we built this coffin right here to kind of disguise that the actor can come out. Are those gonna fire up, Adam? And this guy lights up like crazy, I can tell you. And we gotta get a black light on him because he's painted in black light. And so he will really light up. So the whole idea here is, that is a statue to himself. That is the devil over his own fireplace. And I think I mentioned this in the last video. When we were building this fireplace, we didn't really have an idea for the fireplace, so I just thought, oh, this could be wrought iron. And one of my favorite things to buy is rope trim because it's so easy to use that you can put it everywhere. And then we got these plaques, and then you hit that with a little bit of synergy to make it look like it belongs there, if that makes sense. Now you can see over here, this is all lit up. And I'll put the light on it so you can see it better. But this is what I'm really ecstatic about. The actor hides in this coffin. Now look at this, because that's why I brought a flashlight with me. You see the coffins? They make up the ceiling. Oh, that dead body just fell because it's not screwed in, as I told you. And look how the coffins, and see, this was just like an add-on at the end, these little boards here, and I think it like really completes it. And then we want to get some moss hanging down here, and you walk through a coffin. Look at that. And you know what? You got to walk right past that. And then that's where the Diablo is. So you're going to come here and you're going to see that Diablo, and then this thing's going to go off and it's going to scare the living crap out of you. And right now there's wires everywhere, of course. And this is what I was talking about with the header, the coffin header. We'll get a dead body in there. You can see the difference when you have a nice little dead body with a whole bunch of moss. And then, hey, did Adam get that that dragon turned on? And check this out. This is a nice little spot for the actor. And you can see he can go to your right or the left. And one of the things I like about this is it's considered like a chase around, a run around scare, because the actor can come out here and scare the customers, and he can kind of sort of chase them around. And by the way, actors can come out of there as well. And he can chase them around into here, and he can go back in. All right, we're cooking, folks. But so we have a lot of work to do. That does actually light up, and it is so freaking cool. I don't know, he unplugged it, but look at this room. I mean, it's just insane. So let me just say, we're gonna do a series of vlogs here, folks. So go to darkness.fearticket.com. We will do more vlogs. And let me just say this, make sure you like and subscribe to the Hauntworld channel, because we've been putting up some really cool content. We're not trying to be famous YouTubers. I'm just having fun uploading videos, to be honest with you. So it's like been a lot of fun. You know, some people when they leave comments aren't very nice. I don't know why, but I guess that's just the nature of social media. Don't really care, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, we're really excited to upload content to Hauntworld. And when we go to Transworld, we are going to go and do content for, you know, all the booths, all the animations, all the different vendors. We're going to try to make a lot of videos, and we'll upload them right here to Hauntworld YouTube channel. But we're going to give you a perspective from people who use these products, which is a little bit different than, you know, perspective of an enthusiast, for example. So anyway, thanks for watching the vlog. We have a lot more cool videos coming as we get everything kind of sort of put together. And check this out. I bought this just to put on the mantle, like for no other reason than just to put it on the mantle. Let me see, let me get it out of there. Doesn't want to come out. What the heck? We're gonna have to rip this sucker up. There we go. Oh geez. Here you go. It's a candle holder, but I actually did buy like satanic candles, believe it or not. You can find those. And by the way, we still plan on doing some videos on fun things to do in St. Louis. And I will tell you that when you come to Transworld, if you're looking for fun things to do, you're not necessarily going to find them on Washington Street. So we have been making videos and uploading them to Hauntworld of cool and fun places to go. Like we visited Wally's gas station in St. Louis. That is like so much fun to go there. But there's a lot of great things to do in St. Louis. And you just got to get off Washington Street. And so keep watching the videos here on Hauntworld, because we're going to keep uploading them. One of the videos that I recently did was there's a soda a soda museum in a place called St. Charles Main Street, which is a lot of fun to go to because there's a lot of bars and restaurants and honky tonks and shopping. It's a beautiful place. It's about 15 minutes from the airport, but going the other direction. St. Louis is a suburb city, just so we're on the same page. Like 90% of the people do not live in the city. And all the surrounding areas are absolutely fantastic with lots of things to do, lots of fun stuff, lots of history for you to explore. So until next time, happy haunting, and we will see you again very, very soon right here at the Darkness Haunted House for the tours March the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And we are really excited, and we think it's going to be the best renovation that we've ever done. And one more thing I just want to mention, we're not just doing this one section here. This is not the only section we're doing. We're doing another section as well, but we're waiting on the props. We have to have the props first. So that's what we're waiting on. And when we get them, we'll just keep making vlogs right here to Hauntworld YouTube.